Hi everybody, my name is Audrey and I have something to say. I have like a testimony type of thing, you can call it whatever you want, but I just wanted to tell everybody who cares to listen about my law school journey and like how God has played the biggest part in getting me here. So if you're on my LinkedIn or my Twitter, you would know that I shared some really exciting news about getting a distinction in my law school course thing, and I'm really excited about that. But I have like a little story to share, a little testimony, or like I said, whatever you want to call it. Before like I actually go into detail about why I feel the need to share the testimony, I'm gonna give like a little background context as to why I think is necessary. Growing up for me, I know it's getting deep, but like don't worry, it's nothing too intense. Growing up for me has like, I haven't always been like academically challenged. I've been okay. I haven't always been the top of the class, but I also haven't been at the bottom. It was okay growing up from a young age, and then like as I progressed academically in different stages, things started to become much more difficult. I could tell that my confidence in myself academically was significantly declining. As I academically progressed, things got harder and I wasn't, I guess, performing as well as I would have wanted to, or like as well as I thought that I was supposed to be doing. My confidence level was really on low. And then I got to uni, like fast forward after high school also really wasn't like my best time. Then I got to uni and things were changing a bit in the first year or two. In the first year actually. And then in the second year, things went downhill again. I just wasn't performing as well as I wanted to. Like I wasn't failing or anything, but it just wasn't great, and I just felt so mediocre in everything that I did. I used to say stuff to myself like, you can't get like excellent stuff, you can't get excellent grades, like you're always gonna be like middle ground. For the longest time, I felt like those things defined me as a person. They defined my intelligence, my capabilities, so it really bothered me. I think what made it worse was I have so many people around me who believe that I am absolutely intelligent and capable, and my friends and my family, they all believe in me so much. And even though I appreciate them for that and I love them so much for that, on the other hand, it was like a lot of pressure for me because people were out here thinking that like I'm smart and like I can do it, I can do well academically, and I just felt like I was a fraud. I felt like people think that I'm smart, but I know myself and I'm not that smart. I'm not capable. That's literally just here, basic, mediocre, not capable of attaining excellence no matter how hard I try. So that was kind of my life's thought for a really long time. Especially when I got to my undergrad stage. It was really difficult for me because I kept on telling myself things like that, like, can't be extraordinary, like, you can't also be like one of those people that get really great grades and are so proud of themselves. You can always either be like getting like mediocre grades or getting grades that are not too good. So in my third year of uni, I decided that first of all, second year of uni, undergrad was very difficult. If you did undergrad in the UK, I don't know, for some reason second year is always like the hardest. I have no idea why, but I realized that like I had to make sure that I didn't graduate uni with nothing less than a 2-1, like a second class upper. So it was a matter of life and death. I was like, okay, I need to get like either a 2-1 or a first. So even when I said that to myself, I was like, that you're not gonna get a first. Like a first is not for people like you. You're probably gonna get a 2-1, but whatever it is, just make sure you don't get a 2-2. So then I was like, okay, I want to try and see if I can get this first class. So I was like putting in the work. Trust me, I was trying my best, revising, studying, like doing whatever I could to make sure that my grades were on point. And third year came, and that was the moment where I was like, okay, I started telling myself that like, okay, me too, I can be excellent. Me too, I'm a child of God. Like, me too, I can also, get some excellent grades. I can also get something that's like also amazing and be proud of it. So that was kind of what I was going with for my third year. And then praying a lot about it. And also saying to myself a lot of the times that like, I'm also a child of God, like I can also be excellent, So then exams came. I did what I had to do. I did really well in my third year, but because of my second year 2-1, kind of brought my average down to an overall 2-1, which was fine. Like, it was a good grade. But then I wanted a first class so bad, because I felt like my validation came from there. Like, if I did get a first class, then it would mean to me that, like, I'm on top of the world, like my capabilities, it shows my capabilities and everything. And when I didn't get a first, I was kind of bummed. No one really, oh, the sun, sorry guys, no one really knows, apart from, I think, my really close friend here, who, when I did get a 2-1, he was one of the people that I messaged telling him about how upset I was. But I didn't want to tell, like, my family or show that, because, like, they were so proud of me. My family and my friends are the best things to ever happen to me, so they were so proud of me, and I was as well. But it's just because of that internal battle in my heart that, I was in my heart that, no, even though I knew that it was a good grade, I still felt like a failure, because I was like, you look at you can always only get mediocre stuff. You can't even be, like, amongst the best or whatever. And I don't know, I just really badly wanted that for myself, because, like I said before, as I progressed academically, I just started to feel a lot more incapable. I just started to feel a lot more like I can't do this. Everything is beyond me. I'm not that smart. I'm not that capable. I don't have what it takes, which is all a lie from the devil, by the way, because I do have what it takes. So fast forward to my LPC, law school. I came into law school, my LPC, with the intention of really, like, going hard. So this was, I remember I said to God, I was like, I didn't get a first class in my undergrad, but I can get it here somehow. The grading system is not the same, but, like, it's similar. This, rather than a first class, it's a distinction, and then a commendation and a pass, stuff like that. So I was like, God, somehow, some way, somehow, I need to get that first class. I don't know, like, I feel like I needed that validation so bad. So that was the energy that I came in with, and I run with it. And I mean, like, it was such a journey, because there were so many times where, again, that whole thing of me feeling like I can't do this. I remember my first few weeks in school, I would say things like, oh, I want to drop out. Like, me, drop out, I'm from a Ghanaian home, like, what, like, that option is not even on the table. So, but then it was that bad. Like, I felt, like, so incapable. I was like, I can't do this, I need to drop out. Like, even though I knew that I wasn't going to drop out, because, like, who's going to let me drop out? No more my grace, for sure. But I just felt so incapable, and I think I remember saying one thing to myself, that, like, you don't have what it takes. I kept hearing those words, like, you don't have what it takes, you're not capable, and, like, it got to me so much that I started to believe it, even before I got into the LPC. Even though I had decided that I'm coming here with a new mindset, coming here to give it my all and see what comes out of it, I still had those, like, thoughts. So, like, I prayed about it, and I decided to sort of leave everything to God. And then I was like, you know what, God, how can I be the child of this great God and not be able to, like, attain excellence, at least in this? Like, why it doesn't make sense if I say that God is my father and he watches over me, he cares for me, he's there for me, he cares about every aspect of my life, which means that my academics are included, and then be like, oh, I don't have what it takes. That's impossible. So I don't know when that shift happened, but it did. And I was like, if I really say that I am truly God's child, then I'm also capable of attaining excellence. So, let's move with that energy. So that's kind of how it was. And then, did the normal studying, doing a little bit extra, to be fair, than what I normally do anyway, because I really, really wanted that distinction, because that's where I felt like my validation came from. So somewhere along the line, things kind of changed. Things changed because I felt like I needed my grades to define me. And even though, like, in the job board and stuff, that's kind of what defines people, not always, but, like, sort of, I think for me the most important thing was my mindset and my confidence. Everything changed. Like when I started to look at it from the angle of I'm God's child, you know, like I'm capable, like I can do it. That's where my confidence came from. My confidence came from God. Like that's where I started to believe that, like, listen, if I say I am who I say I am, and if I say God is who he says he is, then, you know, I need to have that confidence up. I need to believe in myself. I need to believe in God to be there for me. And there was so many moments in my studies and revision and like everything that I was just reminded in so many amazing ways that God was with me the whole time. There's so many things I can't even remember, but I think there was just one moment where like I was studying something and, you know, nothing was really working out, and I prayed and slept and I woke up and I don't know, everything was just so different when I woke up. And that, amongst other things, were moments that made me realize that God was with me and is with me. He was with me the whole time and is with me. So the first stage of my results came and I did get a distinction in that one, which was really sick. Like I was like, whoa, mad. Which was absolutely amazing. So that was time for the second stage, right? And you would think that, oh, you know, you believe that God has done it for you in the first stage, so like, come on, stage 2 is covered. Like, he's got you. Just do the work, put in the work, and he's got you. I did put in the work, but it was a much more difficult stage for me because of the time that I had to do my revision, and I didn't have as much time to do whatever I wanted to do as much as I did for the first stage of the exam. So again, I was there back to square one, doubting myself, doubting God. Like, what if, you know, something happens? What if I fail? Like, what if God wants to teach me a lesson about like appreciating what I don't know. Like, there's so many thoughts, so many fearful thoughts, so many thoughts like fueled by fear, and I felt so disappointed in myself. Like, come on, God has done this for you already, and then you're already doubting him again. And you know, but I think by God's grace I was able to pull myself out of that and be like, you know what, like, remember how much God has been there for you. Remember how much he's helped you through the first stage. What makes you think that this God that you say loves you so much is going to leave you at the last minute? It's going to just like leave you hanging. Wow, I look good. It's going to leave you hanging. Sorry guys about the sun. What makes you think that God is going to leave you hanging? Like, you know, God is not a man, and he doesn't do things based on like what we do and stuff. Like, God loves me, and period. Like, he loves me, and there's nothing that I could do to ever change that. And so other things happened throughout that period where I realized again that God was with me. So in the second stage, I guess I learned to trust more and to remember like his faithfulness that has happened before, and to put my hope in that it's gonna happen again. And then, you know, shout out to Sky Daddy. Stage 2 was also a banger, another distinction, and it was even much better than my first stage. Much better. It was like higher grades and everything, and I was just like, I remember I was sitting there, I was like, me, Audrey, distinction. Me. And then like I just felt like, yes, you, duh, like, why not you, why are you not capable? So I think that even though like this is really about like my LPC journey and like my academics and everything, I think it's so personal for me, because I feel like more than just the fact that I've been able to achieve like really awesome grades in school, there's been a mindset shift for me as a person. And I think that these things that I'm learning, I'm carrying along with everything, and I can see that I can see myself applying it in other things. It's like, you know, if it's hard, doesn't mean that you can't do it. Like, you can do it, you can make it work. Just put in the work, trust God. Like, just put in the work, trust God. It's just, the mindset shift is so personal for me, because there's been so many ways that I have talked myself down and not believed in myself and not believed in who I was in God and who God was and is to me, that it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I hope I'm making some sense, and I hope that you understand what I'm saying. I guess I don't know exactly why I'm making this video, but I hope that someone is encouraged. I don't know, like someone who doesn't feel like capable of doing like stuff just because they feel like it can never be them. Well, you know, it could be you, and it can be you, and it is you. So I think that's what it is. God has been really good to me, and I think that this is very personal for me because of the kind of shift that has happened in me and in my life, and the things that I'm going to carry along beyond just my academics, and the way that I see myself now, and the way that I see my capabilities and what I'm able to, just because of God. And I'm really grateful for that. And for my family, my parents, who are the best people in this world, my sisters, my friends, my friend's Yeho has been very instrumental in my journey. He's one of the people that have like shown me that he just believes in me so much, even more than I did myself at times. And he's just been a great friend and a great light, and I love him so much. And to Anna Maria, Sandra, Atre, I love you guys. Thank you. Elton, you know, everybody, shout out. This is the shout out section, just by the way. And to everybody that has really helped and prayed for me and, you know, wished me well and everything, I really appreciate. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Yeah, okay, see you next time. Bye.